Are you letting 2020 be another year of underachieving? It doesn't have to be. Seriously. Achieving your goals is connected to how well developed your executive function skills and strategies are. And if they're not well developed, well, you know the rest of that story. And I get it. Getting the right help for yourself is truly a catch-22. It's challenging because the very skills that you need to help yourself are the skills you're missing. And there's plenty of resources in the world that offer you a piece of what you need, but not all of it. How do I know? Because I was offered a piece here and there for years, and I just got fed up with the absence of a solution. Not a Band-Aid or a quick fix, but an actual solution to what I was missing and wanted to achieve. A real solution after so many failed attempts at improving the quality of my life. And none of these pieces helped me to get where I am today. You know, I'm not the exception here. It's not like, oh, you could do it, Dr. B, because of all your training and education in psychology. No, it was my curiosity and my absolute determination that drove me to find the answers for myself and then to find them for you. My word for years now has been unstoppable. I just don't stop. Not for me and not for you. We all deserve to enjoy the best that life has to offer us, whatever those things are that are of interest to us, rather than having to pass on them because we aren't equipped to fully participate in our adult lives. I'm asked a lot, can my life really improve in 7 months, Dr. B? Can I really overcome so many of the challenges that I've been living with for over 40 to 50 years? The short answer is yes. If you don't want the life you currently have and you want a better, easier, more enjoyable life for yourself and those that you spend your life with, and you're motivated toward a better life, then absolutely. What does motivated towards mean? It means that you aren't motivated away from the chaos and the craziness, but toward a more peaceful and enjoyable life, whatever that looks like for you. Consistent motivation comes from within. I learned what I need to do for myself to be motivated, and I teach this to my students so they can be consistently motivated as well.
Welcome to the Living Beyond ADHD podcast. If you're looking for a fresh perspective and actionable steps on hot topics from focus to follow-through to self-management and more, you are in the right place. Welcome your host, innovative educator, coach, and psychotherapist, Dr. B.
I'm also asked about my statement that you can transform your life in 7 months. Depending on your life circumstances, you can make a significant difference in the quality of your life and how you feel about yourself in 7 months, even if you've really disliked yourself for years. You can learn to love and respect yourself. You can develop the foundational executive function skills and strategies to make your day-to-day living easier and more rewarding and fulfilling. You can decide who you're going to be moving forward to, who you're going to be in your life, and move forward to be that person. There's a lot you can do in just 7 months if you're motivated towards something like that and not just away from what you currently have. It would be like putting in your order at a restaurant and saying, "I'm hungry. Just bring me something to eat." And the service person just brings you something to eat, and it's not at all what you wanted or even like. And you're upset or you're frustrated, but seriously, you didn't put in your order for what you wanted to receive. You put in your order for something general. Just bring me something to eat. And that's what you got. If your life is anything like how my life used to be, it's all about surviving another day or a week or a month or a year. It's not even about considering what you want in life or becoming the person that you have to become to have that life. When I read the challenges that people are having and what you all want, it's not a lot. A clean house, better regulated feelings, to feel proud of yourself for something, to keep your word and finish things, to be a good role model for your kids. No one is writing to me and saying that they want the moon. They just want some time for themselves and time to be with their kids or family or friends and not feel like they shouldn't be spending that time that way because there's so much that needs doing that's more important. Is it more important? At the end of the day, what is more important? Our relationships or our tasks? Who we are or what we've done? How can you decide to get the right help for yourself if you have challenges with decision making? If you're like me and you got a very ineffective decision-making strategy as a kid, you find it very difficult to make a decision and know that it's a good decision before you actually act on it. That was me, just not anymore. Today, I know that the decisions I make are the right decisions for me, given the information I have at the time that I make them with. My values, criteria, so many pieces. No more flipping a coin or guessing and hoping for the best. And what about opening emails? I can't tell you the number of people who sign up on the wait list to learn about the Adventures in Achievement Foundational Skills program and never open up the emails that we send them, telling them everything that they need to know about the program so they can make an informed decision about improving their life and getting what they ask for. And even if they do open their emails, making a decision is so difficult because of missing important skills again, that they put it off until the deadline is passed and they miss out on that amazing opportunity. Is this sounding like you? I ask because it's definitely how life goes for so many of the adults I work with and help in my program. Just like many other things you were excited about in the moment, you may have been excited when you submitted your information on the wait list for Adventures in Achievement program because you were finally going to get solutions to your lifetime of challenges. And that's something to be excited about. But you don't have the habit of checking your emails daily because it's overwhelming to do so. There are thousands and thousands of unopened emails waiting for you every time you check your emails. And so you stay away and you prevent the overwhelm. And by not checking your emails regularly, you miss out on important opportunities, bonuses, and such that are being offered to you and will indeed improve the quality of your life and eliminate the very overwhelm that you're running from. And you miss it because you're moving away from the pain. We humans tend to move away from pain and run to pleasure. So if the pain of opening up your emails is greater than the pleasure you could gain if you did, you avoid the pain and miss out on the pleasures awaiting you. So much of this is habits, limiting beliefs, underdeveloped executive function skills, and all of this can be changed by you. It can. That is, if that's of interest to you, truly of interest to you. Or do you already know how to create consistent habits that benefit you, eliminate your limiting beliefs for good, and develop your essential executive function skills. Often I'll send out text messages to remind people to open their email that I sent on such and such date because it's the information they asked for, and still they don't take action on learning about the very thing they requested information about, and definitely need to help them to build their executive function skills. So what's the solution here? Do I call all of you personally all over the world and hope to reach you at the time that I call and help you to understand what an opportunity this is for you to change your life? This opportunity is not pie in the sky, and it's not a lie. You can transform your life if you're ready to transform your life in the 7 months that we'll be working together. You know, the boat stops on January 20th, and we begin our transformational journey on January 26th. And by choosing to get in on this transformational journey, you won't miss the ride of a lifetime. Yes, it might be a bit challenging, or you might have to give up something of lesser importance to have something that'll last a lifetime. But only you can decide what your values and priorities are for you. I decide for me every day to live according to my values and priorities, and by doing so, the quality of my life keeps getting better and better. And I would love for that to be the quality of your life too, if that's what you want. Do you know how to consistently work towards goals and achieve them? And are you satisfied with how long it takes you to achieve them? A lot of people set goals and then don't consistently work towards them because they don't even know how, and it's sad. Are you setting yourself up for success, not failure, before you even get started by preparing for the successful journey to your goals? You know, if you want 2022 to be a year of growth, transformation, and achieving your goals, rather than just dreaming about them, you've got to do things that you haven't done before. Otherwise, you would already have what you want. And if you want to start achieving your goals and improve the quality of your life, you need to gain clarity on what your goals are and who you will need to grow to be in order to achieve them. It's a process, and it's totally doable for you. It is. For those of you who have been longtime listeners, you know that I'm big on wins and their importance in your life. There's another important aspect to focusing on wins, and that is that you're training your mind every day to notice what's right with you, what's right with what you're doing and right in the world. In other words, wins. And especially during a time in our world history when it would be easy to ignore what's right or good or amazing. This is exactly what we need to be focusing on to keep the levels of positives within us high, a higher vibration, so that it can offset the high level of negatives, which is a very low vibration that we are bombarded with every single day. If you have a judgmental mindset, then you're busy focusing on what's wrong with everyone and everything in the world. If you have an acceptance mindset, you accept what is and you work with it. This means that you're going to go. This means what you have going for you today, how you can leverage it, and even grow it into something magnificent. Living from this mind space of acceptance will help you to see the wins in your everyday life and celebrate them. It will help you to choose new meanings to give things and experiences rather than defaulting to what you already thought or did. You're the meaning maker in your life, so choose wisely with the end in mind. Be sure to stand guard at the doorway to your mind and only allow in what serves you. and monitor who you're becoming on the way to where it is that you're going, lest you arrive and not like the person you've become. Ugh. And so important to remember who you are. You are not your deeds. You are a precious child of God in the universe, and you're called a human being, not a human doing for good reason. You don't have to earn your value because you were born with it. Your value comes from who you are, not what you do. And so long as you link your self-worth and your self-value to you, the human being, your value remains constant and 100%. And if you need a place to know that's true, be sure to join the Facebook group Living Beyond ADHD so you can be with others who will celebrate your wins with you and affirm that you're more than okay as you, the human being. So what's it going to be for you today? If you took out the garbage when the containers are still a little empty, instead of waiting until they're overflowing, that's a win. If you wiped up a few spills on the floor, instead of leaving them to track throughout your home and detract from the beauty of your floor, that's a wonderful win. If you did something without being asked or reminded, that's an awesome win. You get the point. Celebrate all of them. And none of this half-hearted celebrating. You've got to mean it. Exaggerate your emotions. Yes, wow, awesome. Be sure to celebrate your wins, big and small, because celebrating daily builds consistency and makes a faster difference in your life. How much time do we have? Not much. So let's get to it.
This podcast is sponsored by Pure Potential with Dr. B. You can head over to drbarbaracohen.com and find the podcast episodes and transcripts. Great free content, plus information on programs and products, including the groundbreaking online Adventures in Achievement Foundational Skills Training and Coaching Program. You can also learn about Dr. B's masterclasses on decision-making, time management, and banishing procrastination. That's drbarbaracohen.com.
What's keeping you from acting on what you want for yourself? In my experience, it's often a fear of something. We each are as limited as we make up our minds to be. And whether you say you can or you say you can't, you're right either way. Whatever you believe to be true is true for you, just not true for the rest of the world, because we each create our own reality based on our beliefs and not just facts. One of the first trainings I do with my students is about limiting beliefs, those beliefs that keep us stuck. A belief is something that we choose to believe is true, even if it's not a fact, it's just a belief. And we argue with others over beliefs as if they're facts, when they're simply beliefs. And we each choose what we believe today. And we can choose new beliefs for tomorrow if we're open to do so. Many of you have taken on your limiting beliefs based on your past experiences or what others have said to you about you, instead of what you believe about you. Do you know the bigger truth about yourself, or do you only know yourself through the eyes of others? One limiting belief that I hear a lot is, Dr. B, things aren't going to work out for me. They never do. This is such an interesting belief because it's all based on what happened in the past and is then projected into the future so that the future will be what the past was. And therefore, what is the point of even trying to change things? Because the outcome is already determined with this way of believing. Do you use your past to predict your future and to stop yourself from doing what'll change your life forever for the better? This limiting belief is rooted in self-doubt and uncertainty. You're doubting your ability to make a good decision since so many of the decisions you've made in the past haven't turned out well. Your future is not based on your past unless you choose to make it that way. The first thing to understand about a belief statement is that it is literally instructions to your mind, telling you what your life is going to be, and then you just follow those instructions, and that's what your life is. You have literally programmed your mind to give you that life. Is that what you want? Because it's not even the life you really want. I know that. Remember, the programming of your mind isn't personal. If you say it's true for you, then it's true for you, even if it's not true for hundreds of other people. Busting this belief. Things aren't going to work out for me. They never do. As you look back over your life, I bet you could show me so many of the times that things didn't work out for you. And so you use those times to validate this belief that they never will. However, since there are always exceptions to a belief because it isn't a fact, I suggest that you look back over your life and find those exceptions when things did work out for you because they're there. They absolutely are there. And the reason I'm talking about limiting beliefs is because you can run your life into the ground if you don't shift these beliefs into beliefs that support you. I want you all to know that there is real hope for resolving the challenges that you're experiencing with limiting beliefs and underdeveloped executive function skills. The widespread needless suffering of millions of adults around the world has to stop. And I'm doing what I can do to stop it with this generation, with us. We all need to address our limiting beliefs and underdeveloped executive function skills if we want to live the life that's possible for us with those changes. We have to be the person who lives the life we say we want, not struggle to live the life we say we want, so we can become that person someday who has that life. That's backwards. It just doesn't work that way. We all need empowering beliefs and well-developed executive function skills to thrive as adults in today's world. Because if we can't plan, organize, prioritize, get started, keep going until the end, or regulate states of overwhelm and analysis paralysis so that we can more easily make good decisions and know they're good decisions, it's going to cost us dearly. And it has for many of us already, time after time. Slow down and become a student of your own life. It's what I teach. Understand what you need to succeed with the multifaceted brain that you have. Take action on what you learn about yourself, because this is the life work that lies ahead of you if this is your time. You came to this lifetime with an empowering gift, and I would love it if each and every person on this planet were able to express his or her unique, empowering gifts freely without the threat of being shamed or criticized. Please, let's put an end to this stigma once and for all, now. A favorite quote of mine. George Bernard Shaw said, "Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything." What this quote says to me is that I am 100% responsible, 100% of the time, for what I want my life to be. And if it is to be, it's up to me to be willing to change my mind for the better. So I ask myself how I can do that in accordance with my values, and then I do it. Whether you're learning from my podcast episodes or live videos or working with me directly, You're in my world and I'm here to serve your needs. So be sure to reach out and get your needs met. It's up to you to take action so things can change for the better for you. And they can only change for the better for you if you change. If you aren't yet a member of my Facebook group, Living Beyond ADHD, I highly recommend that you get over there and ask to join. And when you do, don't just ask. Be sure to answer the few questions that are asked of you so that we can approve you into the group. We have group rules that you need to agree to so that the group is a safe place, free of judgment, and a place where you can show up and interact with like-minded adults, laugh a little, learn a little, and most of all, be connected to a positive energy community. And even more important now, because of the short timeline that's remaining, get over to the link in the show notes and check out the Adventures in Achievement program while there's still time to do so. It is truly your ticket out of the endless loop of overwhelm, frustration, underachieving, and more. If you enjoyed today's episode or any of the other episodes, please share this podcast show with others. I would also be grateful if you'd rate the show and write a positive or inspiring review on iTunes so I know that I'm meeting your needs. It means a lot to me to know that your life is getting a little bit better every time we get together. Be sure to check out the show notes for the many opportunities available to you, such as us working together to put an end to your needless suffering. You will find real solutions to the challenges that you're experiencing, and I would love to help you to realize a new freedom. That is, if that's of interest to you. Thanks for listening. Until the next time, bye for now.
Thanks so much for listening today. If you're eager to make positive changes in your life and stop overwhelm and confusion from derailing you, head over to drbarbaracohen.com and see how Dr. B can help you today. Whether you love learning in an online group environment with personalized coaching or prefer the pace of guided self-study, Dr. B offers the skills, strategies, and individual support you need. Get started on your journey today by visiting the website at drbarbaracohen.com.